Hi. Okay, guys, we are doing commands 2. Now, commands 2, I'm presuming you've watched commands 1. I'm also presuming you've watched the 2 videos on direct object pronouns and indirect object pronouns. If you're not familiar with those videos and that content, this video is too much at this point. Go back and revisit those. So here it is, commands 2 with direct and indirect object pronouns. So I'm not going to explain what all these are, I assume you know. I'm just going to launch straight in. First, I'm going to take again the regular AR, ER, IR verbs, and I'm going to show how you formulate an affirmative and a negative command with direct and indirect object pronouns. So let's take hablar. I won't even write it up. Okay, hablar, you want to, let's say, speak it, because that's a direct object pronoun. Speak it. It would be háblalo. Now here's what's interesting about this. So there's a lot of things to note. The direct object pronoun comes after the command and it is appended to it. It's stuck on. Okay? So if you, both for direct and indirect. So if you wanted to say speak it, it's háblalo. Okay, now it takes an accent right here because you need to retain the sound of the command. The sound how to stress there, second last syllable, words ending in vowels or NNS. So when we added the lo, the accent would have moved naturally to here because that would be the second last syllable, but we want to retain it in the command where it is originally before you add a direct or indirect object pronoun. So you have to accentuate it there. Okay? That would be háblalo. Now if you wanted to say, instead of speak it, if you wanted to say speak to him, now we need to use the indirect object pronoun, le. Same rule applies. We're going to stick le on there. Háblale. Speak to him. You could qualify it. You could say a él, or a ella, or a usted. Háblale. Now, what if you wanted to say, speak it to him? Really what it would be is, if there's an indirect object pronoun to him and it, the indirect object pronoun basically gets precedence, so it comes first. So it would be, I'm going to write this in English so you can track with this. Speak it to him. That's what we would say in English. The to him is at the end. That's the indirect object pronoun. The it is the direct object pronoun. And the verb there. So we have verb, direct object pronoun, indirect object pronoun. So if we broke them up, it would be like habla, and we're thinking it is a lo, and we're thinking to him is a le. Now, if you get a l and a l in a command like this, the indirect object pronoun changes to a se. Now the other thing to bear in mind is that this comes in a different order. So it's going to be háblaselo. Háblaselo. Now that is a complicated little system of math, if you know what I mean. Háblaselo. Okay? You've learned a lot of things that are happening here with indirect, direct, where they go. You have to keep the accent true to the original command. Lots of little things here. Scroll through the video a few times. But let me just show you what we do with háblaselo if it went negative. Are you ready? It would be, let's just move this down here. It would be no se lo hables. Not stuck together. See how the negative command form, the direct object pronoun comes straight before it. This gets moved back. No se lo hables. Okay? So, right here, y'all, you have a lot of good complex learning for Spanish commands right there. If we did an ER verb, all the rules would apply except you would do the command forms with the ER, like come would be, come and no comas. and so you would incorporate those. But the same rules about indirect object pronouns and direct object pronouns and where they go and how they go and where you put an accent all stays the same. And then you have the exceptions. A couple of the exceptions, let me just show you as examples. Like you know from Commands 1 video, we have some exceptions like tener is ten. So what would be take it? So we have ten as the command for tener, affirmative, informal. If it was take it, it would be tenlo. We don't need to put an accent in there. Why? Because the accent's already there and it stays there because it's the second last syllable here, so it stays there. Tenlo. Now, what if we said take it for yourself or to yourself? It would be the command ten. It would be the direct object it, lo. It would be the to you, indirect object pronoun te. Okay? And so after the conjugated verb in the affirmative, this goes in here. So it would be ten, te, lo. But we need the accent here, so we have to accentuate it. Otherwise the accent would naturally move to the second last syllable. What if this was negative? It would be no te lo tengas. No te lo tengas. Así que, so guys, you can see this is it's like the puzzle gets a little thicker. We're graduating here from a 300-piece puzzle to a 1,000-piece puzzle. Practice helps. So really, I'm going to put a handout up here to also help you practice a few of these. This is just introduction. We've picked it apart grammatically, but as you can see, it's going to take a lot of practice and a lot of analysis to start to see clearly and see the discrete parts of these puzzles. So just keep reading, analyzing, practicing, and we'll leave it there.